everyone. I'm sitting here in the dark so that I can show you one of the experiments that we used to do, that we would normally have done on the angle of reflection and the angle of incidence. Now an angle is one of those things that goes like this, and then you have to measure in the corner or the vertex and see how many degrees that is. So what you use to do that is a protractor. This here is a protractor. I don't even know if you can see it in the dark, but it has numbers on it, starting with 0 and going to 180, because a straight line is 180 degrees. There's a little circle in the bottom, which is where you line up your angle, the vertex of your angle, so that you can measure, and then you line up the 0 on one side, and then wherever the other side goes, that tells you how large your angle is. So if your angle is 90 degrees, which is a square, the corner of a square is, or the corner of a piece of paper is 90 degrees. That's called a right angle. If it's smaller than that, it's an acute angle, or like I like to call it, a cute little angle. Or if it's bigger than that, it's an obtuse angle, or since obtuse is also another word for stupid, I like to call it a big stupid angle. So those are the three types of angles we could be measuring. So tonight we're going to measure our angles on here. The protractors I have at school are designed to do these angles at the same time, and the protractor I have at home is not. But we're going to manage anyway. So let's take a look at how we've set this up. We've got the flashlight, and it's going through a cardboard slit to make the light go off of a mirror. And this mirror is not nearly as good as the mirrors you would have been using at school. I really wish I'd grabbed a stack of those before we left. But we're going to take a look here, and we're going to measure the angle of incidence. Remember, the angle of incidence is the light coming into the mirror, and then the angle of reflection, which is the light going out of the mirror. So if we take a look at the angle of incidence, we can measure from here. We'll just count. We've got 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, about 13 degrees. So that one is 13 degrees. And then we have this angle here, the angle of reflection, which is 5, 10, 1, 2, 3, and we can see right about there it starts. And we've got 13 degrees. This is the angle of incidence, and this is the angle of reflection. If we were doing this in school, we would try a couple of different size angles so that you could see that it's always the same. But since doing it on this way at home has taken me about an hour to set up, I'm not going to do multiple demonstrations so you can see lots of them. You're just gonna have to take my word for it that if I made it bigger or smaller, it would be the same on each side. So you're gonna wanna remember that later this week when we start doing our own reflection experiments at home. See you later.